23 Administration Communication Technology meeting to order with myself, Brian McGinnis, and Patrick McCoy. Are there any comments, suggestions, petitions by residents in attendance regarding any items not on the agenda? Seeing none, let's move to discussion items. And this is regarding the CISO quarterly report.
Okay, as I've said before, I try to do this every 3 months to give everyone an update. What I'm going to do starting, I think, in January is each month I issue a monthly report to the Borough Manager's office, but I think I'll give it to the ACT committee members as well so you guys can see it on a regular basis, but still just do a quarterly report. And then you would just pepper me with questions if you had any during the months, but we'll recap everything every 3 months. So just kind of recapping this year, or should I pause for Nick? Hold on, I'm pausing for Nick. We've completed most of our projects. We're still working on the host servers that we purchased this year. We had a snag in some of the design. We're finishing that up. That will probably go into January. And we're still assisting Nick with Brightly and Cartograph and Ramsey with the flash kiosk install over at the parking garages. One thing I will say about the parking garage is this project is really being used, at least on my perspective, to give IT, to have us have more of a hands-on work with the garages and try to be more engaged with what's going on down there. Unscheduled events, there really have been there have been no unscheduled events the past 3 months. Unscheduled events, the lower the number, the better, because these are events that we don't schedule. These are like outages or a service issue that we weren't planning on. So that was a good 3 months there. This past month in November, I went through a case study process with Barracuda. I volunteered to do that. And they wrote a nice article that's in several publications on their website. And it just also allows us to have more direct communication with the designers and developers there. So we really have a good open door with them, trying to design and keep their product where we want it to be. One of the things I am working with them on is actually designing a mobile app for administrators, which I think is important. Right now, if someone just a cyber threat, Jeff or I have to go find our laptop and jump in and try to do this, or really struggle on a phone. So we're trying to get them to develop a mobile device for administrators so we can respond even faster to these threats. Smaller initiatives, these aren't help desk tickets, they're not projects. These are just things that kind of happen to IT over a course of weeks and months. And this is some things in September we did. The ones in yellow I'll just talk about for a second. Working with the Goose Creek Order Plant, Sean Mitchell, we connected to a third building. So they have the physical network connectivity down there. We also installed a UPS at that third building so they have some redundancy for their network. We installed a fiber link between the Goose Creek and their third building. So you can see we're working on connecting their farthest distance building onto the network, which is now connected to our network here. And we're working with the police and Genetec, upgrading. Well, we did this. We worked with Genetec and the police upgrading the software that does the security for the building. In October, it seemed minor, but it was kind of a stressful situation working with the parking department and organizing their voicemail system and how their phones work. And then we began attending the weekly project meetings for Flash and Reef and Ramsey's department for those kiosks. And you can see in November, you see Jeff in his glory installing a new cabinet at taking more of a hands-on situation with the parking garages. Their technical situation down there is a disaster. It's really just chaos. So this was the first step of us installing our own cabinet where we're putting all the kiosk information and we're starting to relocate all the existing stuff from one mess over to hopefully a new organized situation. We've been working with John and HR, trying to plan out the Paylocity migration for next year. Help desk. This is like the core of what we do. This is basic IT services. So between January and November, we've done 670 help desk tickets. That's about 61 on average a month. And as I say here, and I always say, this only captures about 70% of our help desk tickets, because employees will come into the office directly and ask for help, and we're going to help them as soon as we can. Sometimes they do it by email. And a lot of this information is sometimes not captured in the help desk solution. We're trying to do a better job of that. Cybersecurity. So I always talk about these different categories: impersonation, phishing, scamming, extortion response. These are automated responses coming out of Barracuda. But each of these, we go in and we double check and make sure that everything is clean. Sometimes it doesn't pick up everything. Incident response is the one I'm most proud of. These are usually brought in from employees reporting suspicious messages to IT. And we go in there and we do the remediation investigation ourselves, something that Barracuda maybe didn't pick up. These are reasons why I take the time to talk to Barracuda on a regular basis and engage with them, because these things can need to continually improve and evolve. Account takeover, we've only had one. This is when someone's account there's a hack attempt on it. This happened once to an employee in the police department, like back in February. It hasn't happened since. Fish line testing, you guys get these. Pat always does a great job of these. These are my monthly phishing tests. This is important because it keeps us in the conscious of all of our employees. And they've been doing a really good job of seeing these and reporting these. So we've had 11. I do them once a month. Cybersecurity planning review is something that Jeff and I do weekly. And in addition to that, we are constantly trying to involve staff in training. We have our Cybersecurity Friday newsletter. We just had our regular quarterly training last month as well. This was our training last month. This was the different topics we covered. I always record these as separate sessions, so you're always welcome to go and view them on our YouTube channel. I think the employees really love this day when we do the Cybersecurity Friday, the Cybersecurity training. It's a big day. I just wanted to mention that we do put out this newsletter every Friday. I think it's important because it's constant communication. It's through constant communication that people are educated and they're aware of this. And we share this with other towns and other stakeholders as well. And of course, training. I try to get as much training as I can. Training never, it's always important. I'm finishing up a Leading on Purpose training that went on from October 16th to December 15th. Leadership is very important, not just within your department, but I'm trying to lead the borough in cybersecurity as well. So it's all kinds. The leadership is very important. Our 2023 budget it's on track as expected. It's going to probably be $40,000 under budget, I hope, in that ballpark. So that's good. And our 2024 budget is done as well. We're just waiting for it to be passed at the hearing next week. Any questions for me? I tried to go as fast as I could, but yet contain the excitement.
Any questions?
No.
No, thank you. Very exciting.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Somehow this is my last SAC committee meeting, so I just wanted to say thank you for all you've done the past 4 years. It's been really, really great working with you. I really appreciate all the work you've done.
Thank you, and stay cyber safe, Nick.
Well, yeah, I definitely will. Thanks to you. And I think we're good then to move on to 3B, which is our borough manager report.
I don't have a written report to share with council, but in 2023, the voters in Westchester elected representatives to the even-numbered voting wards in the borough. That's wards 2, 4, and 6. And we'll be joined by Brian Travis from Ward 2 and Nicole Shimoni from Ward 4. And Bernie Flynn was reelected in Ward 6. And we met Friday, the 8th of December to have an orientation meeting. And I thank the borough solicitor for participating in that as well. And we went over rules and procedures of council, ethics, right to know law, sunshine law. And we had a very nice lunch together, and we were able to talk about how the committees are structured, what the different committees do, and how boards and commissions report up to those committees. And we concluded the day with a field trip to Public Works and wastewater treatment plants. So I just want to thank everyone for joining us that day. And it's a great idea to have that council orientation, and it actually is required of us to do that. But I think it was a good time had by all. So thank you all.
Great, thank you. Any questions about that or comments?
No.
No.
Obviously, Sean, thank you very much. I'll have more to say next week, but it's been great working with you these past, like, what's it been, year and a half, 2 years? I can't remember, but it's been 3 already. Jeez, time does get faster, doesn't it? Anyway, I think we're good then to move to 4A. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, okay. Which is to approve and advertise the 2024 meeting schedule for council, boards, and commissions. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Were there any issues or questions about this?
I had no questions about it.
No questions.
Any public comment or concerns on this one? All right, I think comfortable calling this 3L for next week.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we'll look at 4B in action items, which is to approve the minutes for last month, which were, well, yeah, I wasn't here. Oops. Any issues there?
No.
No issues.
Okay, great. That was embarrassing, but cool. So we'll call that 2-0 then. Any other business this evening? All righty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and adjourn at 5:42. Thank you.